You're welcome to Logos Aflame Daily Devotional Podcast. Be blessed as you listen.
January 2nd. Today's topic is Do Not Forsake God's Instructions. Today's reading set before us the diverse choices made by different people at different points in the biblical history and the consequences that followed each choice. First, we are confronted with Adam and Eve's choice to heed the serpent's advice and disobey God's command, a decision that ultimately led to the fall of the human race. Then we read of Cain's resolution to kill his brother Abel and of Lamech's decision to murder a man who had wronged him. Moving to the New Testament, we are faced with Herod's order to wipe out a generation of children. This order was initiated by his greed for power and his anxiety to rid himself of a child he considered a threat to his reign. Even the Psalms are not left out. There we find nations and kings conspiring against the Lord and his anointed. You would think that with all the evil consequences that result from their actions, men will think twice before indulging in certain acts. But the reverse is too often the case. This is the reality not only for these people we read about, but for us as well. Let's observe Joseph's attitude in Matthew 2, when the angel warned him to take his family and flee to Egypt. What if he had tarried in disobedience, as we often do, making excuses that God will save us because he has called us? What if the Magi had not heeded the warnings they received? They would have aborted God's plan of salvation for mankind. In Proverbs 1:7-9, New International Version, wisdom instructs, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. Listen, my son, to your father's instructions, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. They are a garland to grace your head and a chain to adorn your neck." Simply put, it is the lack of the fear of the Lord and the unwillingness to abide by his instructions that led these men down the path of sin, disobedience, and murder. It is the same attitude we often exhibit that causes us to go astray. Thankfully, as we stated yesterday, this year presents us with a new beginning, one in which we can learn to fear the Lord, listen to his instructions, and obey his principles. This is the only way we can have a meaningful and rewarding year and avoid choices that cripple us along this life's journey. Are you ready and willing to let wisdom grace your head and adorn your neck? Practical reflections. 1. In what ways have I refused to heed God's instructions? 2. How do I involve God in my decisions henceforth? Our Bible reading is from Genesis 3:1-4:26, Matthew 2:13-3:6, Psalms 2:1-12, Proverbs 1:7-9. Our memory verse is Proverbs 1:7, using the New International Version. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. We would love to hear from you. Please send your messages and prayer requests to our email, office@logosaflameministries.org, or visit our Facebook page, Logos of Flame Ministries, and drop a message. God bless.